Hey everybody, this is AYG's Alpha Team, here with another video for Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia. This is going to be another character build video for Sephiroth. Well, the first one for Sephiroth, but another one for the channel. Sephiroth is from Final Fantasy VII, and if you are a Final Fantasy fan, you're well aware of who he is, so I'm not going to go into depth about who he is, because he's awesome and you should just have him in your party. Anyways, one thing we're going to assume on this video is that you have Crystal level 60 and your standard level 60, and we're going to assume that you have all of his weapon unlocks. Now, I personally don't have his CP35, so I'm going to show you the artifact passes that I use as a result of not having it, and the ones you should use if you have all of his weapons unlocked. Alright, let's get right in it. And again, we're going to assume you have everything else unlocked, including the Ifrit. I mean, that's really up to you. All that's just more of attack. But let's go over these artifact passives. So the ones I have, these are the ones I have. And I'll explain why I have these particular ones. Now, since I don't have his CP35 passive unlocked for his weapon, I have a weak Octaslash. Also, one of the bonuses that the CP35 weapon gives you is it gives you increased Max Brave and attack for every Genova level you have. So it's a boost to attack, a boost to Max Brave, which is tremendous, especially because if you have it, you get an additional Genova level, so you can get up to 5 levels of it. Which is, like, it's a game changer for him. It's a must-have if you want to be an effective Sephiroth. And I don't have it. So as a result, I scale way into Octaslash, which is why I'm using Attack 108s with Mighty Octaslash Star 2. And it makes my Octaslash viable. But as a result, I don't have a higher Max Brave. I don't get that extra Max Brave you get from Genova levels because I don't have that unlocked. So I'm just not as effective as other Sephiroths out there. And I've come to terms with that. Until I can actually, get his 35, this is how I'm going to have to roll. Now, what I suggest for people who have all the unlocks is going to be the One Wing Angel Boost 2-star, and here's why. It gives you an initial Brave, Max Brave attack and defense by 5% if your HP is at max star last wave. Now, I understand this isn't as effective on other waves, obviously, because you're not getting that boost, but you're still getting the Genova level boost from the CP35 passive unlock. So you'll still be getting those boosts. And this is just like icing on the cake. Once you finally get to that last level and you're fighting that boss, you're going to want to have these 2-star boosts because you're going to want as much Max Brave as possible. And the reason I would go with Attack 108 is because you're going to have a huge Max Brave already. So you want to be doing as much damage as possible, especially since your Octaslash has Overflow, and that's going to be your most damaging move. 150% Overflow on Octaslash when you have the Crystal level 60 passives unlocked. So in short, if you don't have the CP35, I would say go hard into Octaslash just to make it more viable. And if you do have it, I personally would go to Attack 108 with One Wing Angel Boost. So I have one here, and then I have a Max Brave One Wing Angel Boost with the 2-star here. But what I would recommend is if you're going to use all 3, I would go 2 of them to have Attack 108, 1 of them to have Max Brave 330, and all of them to have One Wing Angel Boost 2-star. That's going to give you a very efficient amount of Max Brave, a very devastating amount of attack, and it will also influence your Fervent Blow and your EX move. So just keep that in mind. You can go with other options. I'm saying these are probably the most efficient in my opinion, that you'd want to do for Sephiroth to be as effective as possible. Now, again, since I don't have the CP35, I'm going with full Octaslash right now, which makes it pretty good. As a result, I'm competitive for at least 3 levels of Genova, but once people that have the CP35 unlocked and they're using that Octaslash, they exceed it wholeheartedly and a lot. So it's really up to you what you want to do. I personally would say go full into Octaslash if you don't have the 35. If you do have it, go into One Wing Angel Boost. It's just going to make you super devastating for that last wave. And if you aren't concerned with having that max last wave, then just stack Max Brave 330 and stack 108s. But again, One Wing Angel Boost it's too much of a good thing to pass up. I mean, because you get all those extra boosts from Initial Brave, Max Brave, Attack and Defense, he's just going to be a well-rounded character, and he's going to have tons of Max Brave and he's going to be doing tons of damage. And it's a pretty simple build. Like, if you're familiar with the game and you know, like, these are pretty standard things you want to pick, is attack 108 and max brave 330. But there are times where the 2-star incentives percentages are just way better. So in this particular time, I would say go with those 2-star one-wing angel boosts, use that attack 108, and you will have a very, very effective Sephiroth. But that's going to do it, guys. Go ahead and leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more from regaming.com. Also, shoot us a comment if you have any questions, you want to give us any feedback. It's always appreciated. Until then, go ahead. Game on.
Game on! Yeah, game on!